Hey guys, it's Jurassic Zilla 1207 and I'm back. And I know I've been gone for a while. I've been gone for more than a month, probably actually almost 2 months. But I'm back once again and I'm here to do the next video. And I did already did my video on Tardigrade, which is the orange kaiju with the 8 legs and you know. And I mentioned a couple times that I was going to do the Skull-Crawler. In fact, I've been mentioning this since December. So here's the long overdue review on the Skull-Crawler that I made out of pipe cleaners. In fact, I made 2 of them. As you can see, whoop, that's a little. I'll put them right there. As you can see. So this is the big one right here. This is the one that killed Kong's parents. Spoiler for those who have not seen Kong Skull Island, I guess. This is the one that attacks the Monarch expedition in the Boneyard, if you can recall. So yeah, these are the Skull-Crawlers. These are actually the first kaiju that I've made out of pipe cleaners, excluding Dimetro Rex right here. Yeah, this is Dimetro Rex. I'm gonna get to this guy eventually, but yeah, these are the first modern kaiju pipe cleaners that I've made. I made these over a year ago, as you could see. Made it around the time when Kong Skull Island came out, and that movie was a blast. Like, that movie was heck of a good movie. And I'm not gonna go into a rant in which movie's better, Godzilla or Kong Skull Island. They're completely different, so I'm gonna say that both movies are great. But with Kong Skull Island, yeah, that movie was definitely an awesome movie. The Skull-Crawlers made it a great villain as well. So, as you can see, I'm probably gonna start with this smaller one first. As you can see with the smaller one, it's mostly a brownish color, and as you can see, it's a lot smaller. It doesn't have the spiky elbows, and it's not as mature as the older one. And I think the one thing that I'm kind of screwed up is the eye right there. As you can see, if the camera can focus. Yeah, there we go. The orange right there is actually supposed to be covered in brown. Like, this whole white area is actually supposed to be brown. And the only white area is actually the upper and lower jaw right here. But other than that, I think it looks pretty cool. Oh yeah, and I forgot to say the hands, as you can see, are brown and orange, and they don't match the rest of the skin. But again, it's kind of meant to give it more of an earthy feel to it, you know. Kind of makes it look like it's covered in mud, as you can see. So I think it's still a nice touch to kind of give it that feel, kind of give it that earthy feel. But yeah, as you can see, this is the smaller one right there. As you can see, it's mostly of a tannish brown, and there's the long tail. You know, it's pretty small, as you can see, and you can strike many poses, and this is like the kind of pose that a Skull-Crawler would do. This pose right here, where it walks on its 2 legs, like up like that, and it stands up like that. And of course, you can bend the arms to, you know, walk like that. As you can see. And for the articulation, you know, what do you expect from these pipe cleaners? You know, the jaw can actually move, as you can see, and if you can see right there, the lower jaw matches exactly with the upper jaw right there, and it kind of gives it that dinosaurian look, kind of a Spinosaurian feel to it, as you can see. Oh, sorry, it's not focused. But yeah, there's the orange eye, and there's the black socket right there. The lifeless skull that stares into your soul. The head can actually move as well, as you can see. The head can, you know, look up and down and side to side, as well as the neck. But then again, this is pipe cleaner, so there isn't really a way to see where the joints are, but this is like where you should move it at. See, the neck moves. Rest of the body can also move, as you can see. As it could bend and do all this crazy, you know, crazy tail stuff, but I don't think you should go that crazy with it, you know. But yeah, tail definitely can move, and you can swing it like that and recreate the whole, you know, tail swinging thing. And the arms can move, as you can see. They're a little bit more, it's a little bit more fragile, and now that, because this thing is like almost more than a year old now, kind of is getting a little weak at these points right here. But it's not getting that badly, actually. And elbow right here, as you can see, bends from the elbow. Both sides, in fact. And finally, you know, hands can move right there, as you can see. So if you wanted to make a stop motion, well, if you had a pipe cleaner Moc like this, exactly like mine, and you were to make a stop motion, yeah, I think you'd imagine recreating the whole, like, motion thing, I guess. And of course, let us not forget the fingers. Fingers can definitely move. Yeah, this is the smaller one, as you can see. This is the one that shows up in the boneyard, the one that, attacks the Monarch expedition, and is also the one that killed Jack Chapman, played by Toby Kebbell, when he was in that forest where praying mantis thing, what was the name of it? Spore mantis, there we go, Spore mantis was at, and he got eaten after the Skull-Crawler, was going after him, not the Spore mantis. Yeah, and yeah, he did kind of fell over, as you can see, but yeah, that's the smaller one right there. Moving on, and we have the bigger one right here. This is the big one right here. Literally and figuratively, this is the big one that I've made. This is the Ramarak Skull-Crawler that shows up at the end of the movie. The one that Marlowe explains that the one that killed Kong's family, and I'll just back it up a little bit. But yeah, this is the one that killed Kong's family, and it's the biggest Skull-Crawler, as you can see, and very different than the other one. The other one was like a tan like color, and didn't have much to it in terms of physical features. This one has a lot to it. Like, it's got the spiky elbows. It's got more of a pronounced white right here. It's black, as you can see. It's got a longer tail. The tail is actually missing some spikes, and the snout looks a lot longer, more menacing, as you can see. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Something happened with my phone fell over. Sorry, guys. But yeah. As you can see, there's the close-up right there. The jaw is a lot more narrower, and a lot more elongated. And there's the eye right there. The orange right there is the eye. And this one is actually behind the red thing, unlike the other one. The other one was actually in it, as you can see. It was within all that white. This one is actually behind all the white, and therefore it looks a lot more like that. Yeah, as you can see. And yeah, it also has a lot of blue in it, as you can see. That's kind of a way to reflect the water, because this guy does come out of the water, as you can see. He came out of the water after Samuel Jackson dropped the napalm trap to kill Kong, but he instead woke up the Skull-Crawler and die, you motherfucker, and then he gets killed by Kong, and Kong and the Skull-Crawler both fight, and the fighting is very reminiscent of the old King Kong movie from 1933, and somewhat to the 2005 version. And if you remember, he gets hit by the tree trunk. Kong gets a tree trunk and hits the Skull-Crawler like that. Pretty similar to King Kong vs. Godzilla from, that scene where Kong gets a tree and shoves it up Godzilla's mouth. And kind of similar to Pacific Rim when Gypsy grabs a boat and hits Otachi with it. And I am thinking about making Pacific Rim kaiju. I am thinking about it. I just don't have enough pieces to make one. I'm thinking about making Otachi, because that's my favorite Pacific Rim kaiju. Anyways, back on track though. But yeah, as you can see, yeah, this is the Skull-Crawler that does quite a lot, even though with very little screen time. And there's the tail, as you can see. Pretty big tail. And the articulation is mostly the same as the other one. Yeah. The mouth can move, as you can see. Yeah, you can like bend the arm as far as like that. This one actually has a harder time standing up, actually. But yeah, you can bend the arm, and you can even make the arms, bend upward like that. To try to, give it more of a vertical stance. And so you can see body can move, and of course tail can move. So you can bend it in a lot of ways. For size comparison, I think you've already seen it. As you can see, it's actually not that much bigger. I mean, yeah, this guy is bigger, but like, he's not like bigger. Like, he's like just under twice the size of this guy, as you can see. And by their length right there, as you can see from the big one, yep, has quite a big tail, as you can see. If I were to compare it to other kaiju, if I were to compare it to other kaiju, I'm about to back it up a little bit. Move the camera up just a bit. If I were to compare it to other kaiju, here he is next to Godzilla right here, legendary Godzilla, and yeah, as you can see, he is smaller than the legendary Godzilla. Obviously, this is not to scale. Skull-Crawler right here is actually would be like this tall right here. Godzilla's 108 meters tall, so yeah. With Godzilla, I recently changed the spikes, as you can see. His spikes look a lot different, his tail is a lot longer, and, you know, he looks more like Godzilla now compared to the first time I did it. But yeah, there he is compared to Godzilla. Here he is compared to Behemoth, you know, from Behemoth the Sea Monster. As you can see, and he has a long neck. And, yep, there he is right there. So yeah, there he is next to the giant Behemoth. Here he is next to my original kaiju, Dimetro Rex, as you can see. And he is not finished, actually. He is not finished. I am going to finish him once I get more of these yellow pipe cleaners, as you can see. And I am going to review him. I will get to this guy one day. And right now, I don't have Tardigrade right now because Tardigrade is missing. I don't know where he is. And my figures, my Bandai and SH Monster Arts figures are somewhere locked away. But if they were to be compared to those, they would be like this tall, right here, where my hand is pointing at, like right here. So yeah, guys, that is the pipe cleaner's Skull-Crawler, you know, that I made, and yep, this guy keeps falling over. But yeah, that is the Skull-Crawler pipe cleaners that I made, as you can see, from the movie called Skull Island. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and hit the subscribe button, and tune in for the next video.